Hello and welcome to Progress Diary. Here we tell you how the APC administration is working to make life better for Nigerians through the implementation of the Renewed Hope agenda. It is already 2 years that the APC-led administration of President Bola Tinubu was inaugurated, and there is so much to show as achievements and successes recorded within this period. I will also bring you a special interview with the Director General of the Tinubu Shettima ambassadors. Thank you for joining us on Progress Diary. I am Abida Lawal. As President Bola Tinubu marks his second anniversary in office, the All Progressives Congress has commended his administration's performance, describing it as bold, reform-driven and focused on dismantling long-standing Nigeria's economy hostage for decades. The party declared that the Tinubu-led government is addressing generational economic problems with uncommon courage and clarity of purpose. Speaking during a well-attended midterm scorecard media briefing at the APC National Secretariat in Abuja, the National Public Secretary of the party, Felix Morka, said President Tinubu inherited a severely challenged economy characterized by unsustainable debt, inflationary pressures, high unemployment, declining investor confidence, and a fuel subsidy regime that was draining the national resources. Earlier in the week, I sat down with Oyelude Oladele, the Director General of the Tinubu Shettima ambassadors, a political group within the APC that was neck-deep in the 2023 campaign to elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Oyelude. Now, as a support group pioneer, apart from rewarding support groups, because it's obvious that it's not everyone that will get appointments, in your own opinion, how do you think the party or government should create inclusive and equitable environments for support groups?
Well, as we all know, we have a lot of support groups in Nigeria, and we all work assiduously for the victory of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima. And looking at the situation of things, many people believe that the support group ought to have been included, got appointments or be involved fully. And just like you said, that's not all support group we have appointments. Yeah, we are fully aware. But the truth is that there are some support groups that are well rooted, that are organic support group of the party. And if all the support group cannot get appointments, at least those that were appointed by the president needs, in one way or the other, ought to accommodate the support group, whereby if a minister can appoint some essays, some personal assistants and some of his cabinet aides, and most of the DGs also can do that, have their support group, and the party also can involve the appointees of the president, orientate them that, okay, as you have gotten an appointment, these are the support group that need to be attached to you. In one way or the other, they can also benefit from the party through contracts, assignments of the agency or ministry or parastatals. So these are what we are saying. The party should be proactive enough to summon all the appointees. It's not necessary that all support group have appointment, but at least those that got appointment, just like last week, one agency like that in the National Directorate of Employment, the DG of the agency recruited a retiree, someone that just retired from the service, where all the party members and support group are still looking for positions. Involve the retired staff of the agency, and whereby the staff is also an essay to the DG of that agency, which is not done. At least if you are a DG, you are appointed, you should look for a party member, a support group member that can also work with you as a DG. It's not as if a civil servant that has worked for 35 years, you now still inculcate such person in, as an appointee. It's not done, and it's not helping the party. So that's what we are saying. And I believe the president also is fully aware of that. And the party chairman at the national level also is aware of that. And I think they should be able to make amendments.
Okay, how do you think state policing will be effective considering the diverse ethnic and cultural landscape of Nigeria?
Well, if we are talking about state policing, these are the agitations of the governors. But me personally, as a citizen and as a politician, I don't believe that we need state policing. If every state wants to secure their territory, there are diverse ways that they can go about that. There may be interstate surveillance. There may be interstate surveillance. There may be a local security network whereby, like the Amotekun, there are some security outfits out there in many states that they organize within themselves. So looking for state policing is just like looking for an avenue whereby some governors can easily use to manipulate election and for personal interest. Personally, I'm not in support of state policing, because if you want to secure a territory, like the Amotekun in the southwest, they are doing fine, and I think all what they have been doing so far, they are helping the Nigerian police, and there is nothing a state police can do that the local security network cannot do. If they empower them financially, if they equip them, if they give them training, proper training, I believe that the local security network can do it. And the other thing is about state policing. The governors are the one agitating for state policing, but the necessary thing that they're supposed to put in place is the local government autonomy. If they are the chief security officer of their states, let us have the chief security officer of the local government as well. So if we have the chief security officer of the local government, the local government chairman can organize his or her own local security network, whereby they can secure their wards, they can secure their local government, and the state governor will oversee that, whereby the local security network of the state can also work with the local security network of the local government. So if we are looking at that, because there is nobody can secure you if you cannot secure yourself. And there are ways that they can go about that. If they have local government autonomy and the local government are functioning, they can have local informants, because there is no how a foreigner or an outsider can infiltrate a state or a local government or any territory without an insider. So we have the local government that is functioning, because all these infiltrators also, they are working with insiders, whereby they are coming in from a foreign land, coming from another state to another state. So what they need is ensuring that the local government autonomy works for the local government. Let them be working effectively so that they can have their own security network at the grassroots. So if we are doing that, the monarchs also have roles to play. The monarchs have certain percentage in the local government allocation monthly. So if a king in a community, in a local government, can stand firm, summon all the citizens of his community that we have to secure ourselves, he or she, or he also have some expenditure, money to spend. And if he's not getting his statutory allocation, statutory allowance from the local government allocation, there is nothing such monarchs can do. So the monarchs and the local government chairmen can work it out to secure their territory, and they have the what they call them, the councillors also, which are in charge of their wards. So I think they should embrace the local government autonomy instead of the state policing.
Has local government autonomy been truly implemented in Nigeria, if we are to look at a review of the president's achievements in 2 years?
The local government autonomy we are talking about, there are some hindrances, there are some bottlenecks, and if you can remember in the 9th Assembly, when Right Honorable Gbajabiamila was the Speaker, and the former Senate President, Senator Lawan, was the Senate President. Two of them really work assiduously to ensure that the local government autonomy came to pass. But I could remember that one of the governors that stood against it was the former governor of Kaduna State, Alhaji El-Rufai, Malam El-Rufai, was one of the governors that stood against it because they are benefiting from the local government allocation. And there is no how the parliamentarians can, achieve that without at least 2/3 of the governors. So if the governors are not ready to accept the local government autonomy, is somehow difficult. And that's why when Tinubu came on board, the AGF, the Attorney General of the Federation, look at it that, okay, this is how we can go about it, in as much that the parliamentarians are finding it difficult to achieve that local government autonomy, then let us go judiciary, to the judiciary. And that's why the Attorney General, took the case to court, and eventually the Supreme Court gave the judgment. But the governors are still adamant. Some governors are still lobbying to, according to the information reaching to us as the advocacy for local government autonomy, the governors are still lobbying because they know what is there. And if we don't allow this autonomy to work, it will be difficult for the grassroots to survive. So the money is going straight to the joint account of the state and the local government, and that's why we are facing a lot of challenges, because the local government autonomy, as we know, is an antidote to the removal of subsidy, fuel subsidy. Immediately Tinubu removed the fuel subsidy, it brought in local government autonomy to cushion the effects of the removal of subsidy, whereby the money will be going straight to the grassroots. But the bottleneck are the governors. The governors are standing against the local government autonomy, and that's why we are finding it difficult. For instance, in my local government, in the month of February, okay, let me say before Tinubu came on board, my local government allocation normally be around 78, 80 million naira. But now, in the month of February 2025, the local government allocation of my local government was 382 million naira.
Are there challenges and risks associated with local government autonomy that the federal government still needs to review?
Yeah, the fact is that they are just taking the glory of the local government chairman, which is very, very bad. Assuming what they are saying now, okay, when Tinubu removed the fuel subsidy, the allocation increased drastically for the federal, the state, and the local government. Now, let's see it in this way. Let's assume that Tinubu just look at the money, the huge money, and say, okay, let me be using the money to execute projects nationwide as the president. How do you think the governor will feel? How do you think Nigeria will feel? What do you think Nigerians will be saying? So let us have people that we will criticize. Don't let us base our criticism on the president and the governors alone. We want to spread the criticisms across board. So when we have the local government chairman also, we can hold them ransom. We can deal with them because they don't have what they call it. They don't have anything that can. They don't have legal backing that they cannot challenge them. EFCC can arrest them, unlike the governors and the presidents. So if the money is going directly to the local government, there is no how we will not see the effect. So if you see those governors that are, for instance, the former governor of my state, when Oyelude was the governor of Osun State, the allocation was around 2.3 billion naira, 2.83 billion, 3.5 billion. But now, as at February 2025, the governor received 11 billion naira. My local government received 382 million naira. So the money is cool enough. And according to our research, as an advocacy for local government autonomy, we discovered that in my local government, the total workforce, their salary is approximately 30 million naira. So if you remove 30 million naira from 382 million, you still have 350 million naira on ground. So you see that the local government chairman can execute projects. The local government chairman can be constructing 1 kilometer of road on direct labor on a monthly basis. So the local government chairman can release the statutory allocation of all the monarchs in his local government, whereby they can also use the money to secure their territory. giving it to some youths that are jobless, empowering the youth that are jobless. And that's why we are having insecurity. Because if a foreigner came on board, maybe like a terrorist group came on board, came to a particular territory, to infiltrate that territory, what they will do is that they will look at youths that are jobless. They will look at Almajiri that are suffering. These are the people that they will tip with little coin. And before you know it, those youths will accept their offer. But if the local government is functioning, the grassroots is working properly, the money will be reaching the youths that are jobless. They can empower farmers, they can assist artisans. So whereby if money is reaching them, you will be able to think beyond terrorism. So if you are assisted as a youth on your business, or you don't have a job, you are getting stipends, any foreigners that came on board, they will find it difficult to penetrate that territory. So whereby informants will also be on ground, set up by the local government chairman, paying them monthly, whereby they can give information to security agencies on what is happening. Because all this insecurity we are talking about is happening in many local governments, not even in the state. So when someone is saying that Borno is not safe, Zamfara is not safe, I said no. It is some local governments over there that are not safe. And those local governments can be accountable for it. You can declare state of emergency in a local government. It's even easier. So when you declare local government a state of emergency in a particular local government, let the military officers take charge of that local government. You'll see what will happen. But there are some states that the governors are not allowing the local government to work. So let us just believe the Supreme Court judgment should work, and the state government should embrace the judgment.
Okay, so help us understand some of the arguments for and against rotational presidency in the National Assembly.
So looking at rotational presidency in Nigeria, I think the Deputy Speaker of the House of Reps raised a bill, sponsor a bill concerning that, or maybe one of the reps or thereabout. It is not a bad idea. We have 6 geopolitical zones in the country, and all the geopolitical zone believes that they have competent citizens, to be the presidents of this country. It's a very good development, but the truth is that there are many regions. There are some regions, there are some tribes that will see it as if it's not going to be favorable to them, and that's why they want to kick against it. But my thinking is that if we are not as a nation ready to microzone the rotational presidency, because I think rotating it from the 6 geopolitical zone is more or less like microzoning the presidential election. So if we are not in support of that, they should just accept the zoning in the north and in the south, whereby the southern region or the northern region can decide who they are going to present, either from the northwest, the northeast, or the north central, So if we cannot microzone it to the 6 geopolitical zone, then we should be able to stand constitutionally that, okay, after 4 or 8 years from the north, then 8 years should go to the south without any acceptance of zoning to or any political party to present candidates from the previous zone that has that is ruling the country. So if we are not ready to microzone it, because I know many countries will not want to accept the fact that they should microzone it to the 6 geopolitical zone, it will be difficult for most regions, most ethnic groups to accept that. But if they are not ready to accept that, there should be north and south. So there should be north and south. So in a situation whereby someone from the southwest, now we have the president from the southern region, southwest precisely. So when next, after the 8 years of the southern region, it should go back to the north. So, but it's not possible that now the present president is serving and is about to finish his 4 years. Then the north will still now want to bring another candidate. It's not tenable, and it's very, very wrong. So the south should be allowed to complete 8 years on the throne. Then the new president should come from the northern region as well.
And finally, what do you think the government should do to promote unity in Nigeria?
Well, these are one of the things. The mechanism we envisage is more or less like the rotational presidency we are talking about, whereby each zone we should be allowed to have a say in the center of the government. So if we are talking of unity of the nation, that is the only way to go about. The only way to go about it is to allow North to produce the president for 8 years, then it's moved to the South. So there shouldn't be any way that the president, maybe the political party, should be presenting a president from one region every year. It shouldn't be allowed. I think that's the best way that we can have national cohesion, national unity. The security situation in the country is alarming, and as we all know, that most times when the electioneering process is fast approaching, we begin to see different sort of insurgency from different angles. You know, it's to me, it seems as if most politicians are even trying to use insecurity to destroy the present government, whereby they will have a way to criticize the government in power. So security of this country is always like that. But the truth is that if every state are ready to end the insecurity of their territory, they know how to go about it. And I will give you one example of it. I used to say it when the former governor of Rivers State was on board, the barrister Nelson Wike. He did some things whereby we call it bounty placement. He placed bounty on terrorists in his territory. He placed bounty on cultists in his territory. I think all the state governors now should visit or invite Wike to orientate them on how to place bounty on cultism, and that's how he ended insecurity in his state when he was ruling as a governor. And then he was, he's an opposition governor. When Buhari was the president, he was the governor of Rivers State. And you know what it's normally, how it normally looks like as an opposition governor. There are still some forces that will be trying to infiltrate the state in one way or the other. But he stood firm and ensured that he announced, he placed bounty. There was a time he placed 640 million naira on 32 cultists in Rivers State. So, but now what we are seeing, we'll just be hearing the name of some Boko Haram members. We'll be hearing the name of some bandits in most northern states. But they are not declaring bounty on them. Because if you declare bounty on a certain terrorist, the head of the terrorist, definitely there are some people that know where they are. They know their location. They can fish them out. And anything that involves money, people will be ready to come out and give information, just like a whistle blowing. So the state governors should come out, declare bounty on the terrorists in their respective states. And the last thing is for them to accept that local government autonomy, just like I said before, whereby all the local government chairmen should be able to secure their territory as well. Because if a particular local government is not secure, just like what happened in Mate local government in Borno State, that local government, there is a local government chairman there, there is a councillor in each of the wards, and that particular spot where the insurgency occur, there is a councillor in charge of that territory. So there should be local government autonomy, whereby the local government chairman can stand on his feet to organize and set up a local security network. I think that's what I think should be done in each of the states to end the insurgency.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
I've been speaking with Oyelude Oladele, the Director General of the Tinubu Shettima Ambassadors. And that is all for our program today. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to tune in and join us on our program next week. See you next week. I am Abida Lawal.